Hey, welcome everybody. Listen, it might not be you. It could be somebody you know. And if it's not you, because you're past that, hooray for you. And if it's about to be you, well, guess what? You'll want to know about it. And if it is you right now, stay tuned. If you're having any symptoms of menopause, it could be pain, aches and pains. It could be sweating at nighttime, hot flashes during the day. You're going to tell us what your symptoms are. And guess what? Can the emotion code bros help with that? You bet. Hey everybody, good morning. I'm Michael Loshi. I'm here every Saturday. I'm a certified emotion code practitioner. And I'm with this guy. Good morning, John.
Good morning. My name is John Inverardi, certified emotion code, certified body code practitioner. And yeah, great to touch on this topic, as you know, it affects so many women worldwide. And I brought some stats with me, did some research on this one again, so we'll get into that later. Okay. But hey, if you're watching live, say hello and let us know where you're from. Yeah. And yeah, it's gonna be we assume it's gonna be a super popular topic today here. Yeah.
Well, when I mention it to my clients, because sometimes people bring a list and it's not enough. So I don't know. Are you having any menopause systems? Oh my God, yeah, I am. First, we're going to get into it, but I want to tell you the story how I became the menopause whisperer. A quick little story. Before I do that, John, I got two important announcements. One of them is about tomorrow. So before we do that, let's go welcome our friends that have joined us so far. Thank you for being with us, John. Who is saying what, please?
Yeah, who's saying what again? Say hello. Let us know where you're from. And who's here? Jennifer Towner's here this morning. Hey, Jennifer from Seattle. We have Natasha Paula Samuel here as always. Hey, Natasha.
Natasha's with us. Good morning.
Yeah. Corinne Beach Murray's here. Says hello. Good morning. And who else is here? Susan Arthur is here. Says hello. Who else? Hello, hello. We got a few people here.
Yeah, people are just gathering. Thanks for joining us today. Listen, you might know your BFF who's going through some menopause symptoms right now. Tag your friend. In other words, go to the chat, put @Betty, and all your Bettys will come up. Click that one on and leave a little note saying, listen, I'm not going to try to explain that, but these two dudes can help you feel much better about your symptoms right now. In brackets, #don't ask any questions, just get to the clinic. I guess we could call it a clinic. Okay, John. Yeah, we got some friends joining us today. A couple of announcements. Guess what? Tomorrow is our third full Sunday summit. Let me know if you can see that, John.
There it is, full screen, yes.
Okay, good stuff. And why don't you talk about what's going on tomorrow and how it works?
Yeah, absolutely. This is our third summit. So the summit's around removing trapped emotions, and this week it is for your health. So it's Sunday, May 24th, 2020, and it starts at 10 a.m. Pacific time with Helena, and she is going to be talking about your new body goals and limiting beliefs. And there's 5 of us in total, and next up is myself at 11
in addition to talking about it, John, just to back up a bit,
sure.
Helena's going to be doing live emotion code sections about that topic. So you want to peek your head in at 10 a.m. And then go ahead, John. Who's next?
Yeah, stay with us for the whole day. Yeah, next up, it's myself and addressing people drinking water. So loving and drinking more water, taste of water, resistance to water, all that involved. And pro tip, if you want to be healthier, water is needed. So.
Well, on that note, John, I want everyone to look at all the topics. This is, because I'm in the process of having a healthier body. These are the elements. Number one, you got to change your thoughts and beliefs about whether you do it, whether you're worthy, all that BS. Everyone says it's all about emotions. Guess what? Get them cleaned up. And you got to have water. And you don't not just have it, you got to love it. You know why you got to love it? Because you got to have lots of it. Even if you think you don't like the taste of the water, John is going to eat you up tomorrow. You don't like the taste of it, you will love it. And then, you know what? My signature delete food or drink item, I'm going to plow through that. I could probably work with 15 people tomorrow deleting one food item in 1 minute. So you got to stay tuned for that. Go ahead, John. What else what other elements are part of good healthcare with emotion code?
Yeah, next up is Cindy Trost at 1 p.m. Pacific or 4 Eastern. And that is adding veggies and more. So yeah, eating healthier, more veggies.
That's right.
She's going to get into that. She's got some good surprises in there for you as well.
Imagine getting someone to like a vegetable. What would your kids? Get your kids
broccoli.
like broccoli and kale. Yeah, my 6-year-old loves kale. Really?
Can't get enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And John, what else is another good element that we need to pay attention to?
Yeah, John S. is next. Shuckbuck at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 Eastern. He's the body code veteran. He is working on resistance to exercise. So yeah, you know what? That's, pretty common right now for a lot of people, most people gaining the COVID-19 pounds. And especially for, your new body, want to get into it for spring, summer, have that beach bod. Exercise is necessary.
I just want a flexible body at this point. So.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a full day, and hey, if you're a practitioner, I want you to pay attention to all the elements of the day, because those elements are taken from my protocol that I'm teaching practitioners on how to do. It's not just that. Do I have a trapped emotion stop me from losing weight? Yeah, in about 15 or 20 areas. So it's not a quick little 1-minute job. It contains all of that, plus other things that that are your habits. So, and people, I know practitioners are going to be watching, and they're going to watch a lot of the practitioners tomorrow find emotions real fast. How fast, John?
100 times.
That's right. I'm claiming I can help you identify. How can I work with 15 people and remove 15 food items in 45 minutes? Because I can find emotions 100 times faster. You can too. Let me know in the chat you want to know about that. And John, on that note, a couple more comments, and then, who are we looking for today?
Yeah, we're looking for two women.
Remind people what we need.
We're looking for 2 women who have, symptoms of menopause, but also be watching live. And all you have to do is comment in the comments. So, that's it. Really straightforward.
And what the symptoms are for you. And it doesn't have to be right now. It could be, as soon as I lay down at nighttime, when I'm going to tell my story, and then that might prompt somebody. So my sister, Diane, she was my assistant for many years. And then when I started to get into the emotion code, I was getting lots of requests and stuff. And Diane would check the email because it came from my website, and she'd know where to direct it, right? She'd send it to me, or she would handle it if it was a customer support or whatever that be. So one day she gets an email. Well, I get an email, and it says, OMG, you deleted my menopause symptoms. Of course, my sister's seeing that, and she forwards it to me with a big W. I'm going to say it, TF. WTF, you help with menopause? This is my sister that didn't know that. And I wrote back, I said, yeah, well, she never told me about that. So she was telling me every night she takes 2 or 3 towels. Every night she gets hot and sweaty and can't sleep and overflushed and everything. And I said, okay, well, I don't know, let's try that. So I gave her a emotion code session over the telephone. Found out all the it was 100% trapped emotion related. That means these buggers right here were causing it. I deleted them, and she hasn't had a symptom since. And this is probably 2 years ago. Well, she's a bragger. And what does she do? She tells all of her girlfriends, guess what? They're all the same age. And then the word got out that somebody can get rid of menopausal symptoms over the telephone. So that's how I became the Menopause Whisperer. And it's also the reason why I developed a menu. So I could send them to, hey, I don't do just one menopause. I can do food. I can do lots of things. So that birthed the menu, because I said, oh, how did you hear about me? She said, well, you helped my friend Betty with her menopause. And I thought, okay, I'm going to ride the menopause train for a while, but I got to let them know I'm doing something else.
Yeah.
So that's what, I'm not an expert in it, but I've got 100% results in it as John. So let us help you today, John. One more time, what do people need to do to participate with the free emotion code session from either you and I today to help them feel better right now?
Right now, be watching right now. Yeah. And let us know your symptoms. So volunteer in the comments. So looking for 2. And that's it. That's it. Just a couple volunteers. Let us know your the severity of it on a scale of 1 to 10. And what the symptoms are. It's I'm going to speak a little bit more on menopause here, as we're looking for our volunteers. I'm not seeing any at the moment, but 50% of women actually experience symptoms in the United States. So that's a big number. 50% of all women in the United States experience this. And it's an average of 4 years, but can be up to 10 years. Now, that's a really, really long time to have these symptoms, right? And, symptoms very, very common would be like insomnia, and that can lead to mental health concerns like depression. But, what we found is that, these symptoms, they can be managed, right? So of those 50% of women that do get the symptoms, what was I saying here? Anyways, I lost my train of thought here, but
So
yeah.
50% of women have symptoms of menopausal symptoms.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, experience it. Yeah, some women, it's just something like a hot flash, right? And other women, end up in the hospital with psychosis, right? So there's varying degrees of the symptoms, right? So it can be very, very serious. But I guess the other thing is what I was going to say is I got it back here. Society has kind of normalized it. They've said that women, you just deal with it, right? It's just part of it. But there's ways to manage the symptoms, and emotion code, body code is one of them. So yeah.
I've also helped women that had a lot of pain during their cycle.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think about where trapped emotions come from, they come from shock and surprise and accidents and emotions. So it's the pain the women that I've helped was actually emotion related, be able to, and then they weren't feeling pain during their cycle. So it's emotion related, and we can help. Sharon DeRose is telling me, she was on one of my little quickie calls that I do every day. I got the bread for her, 2 weeks. Can you imagine 2 weeks no bread? And she used to have bread, so that's the difference there.
Mm-hmm.
Corrine Beach Murray, she's kind of saying what you and I experienced too. It's amusing how our family members are surprised when they discover an area that we can help them with.
Yeah.
That happened with my sister's cat. I was talking to my cat, and her cat was going crazy. And I said, what's going on with the cat? He said, oh, he heard a car come in the yard, so he's going to hide downstairs. And I said, I didn't know you had a cat. He said, because he heard you come in the driveway. Nobody knows I have a cat. I says, well, how would you like your cat to stay upstairs and cuddle? And she said, what do you mean? I said, remember the last time I got rid of donuts and Rice Krispie squares and licorice and jujubes and popsicles? Remember that? Yeah, I said, I can fix your cat. So then I worked on her cat. I found out why it was gibberish, and is it gibberish the right word? Skittish, I guess. And then she sends me a picture of her cat laying on its back with all of its legs up in the air on the couch. And she said, I've never seen him do that before. I wrote back, I said, is he dead? She said, no, he's content. So you know what, John, go take a peek out in the room there. I'm just reloading that on my screen.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we have a volunteer here with Karen. It says, hi, emerging menopause. Symptoms are migraines, period cramps, but no period. Not able to sleep, always hot. We've got a good one here. Weight gain in midsection, skin is drier. Take your pick, right? Like, wow. Yeah.
Do you want me to work with Karen? Are you going to choose Karen?
Yeah, doesn't matter. Hopefully we get some more people in here.
Okay. Here's another one. So why don't you get comfortable and familiar with Karen, and then you can walk through that process, and then I'll go second.
For sure. Yeah. So I'll work with Karen Lors. And let us know where you're from, Karen. Always like to know that. And I think we have Lisa here as well. Just saw that
Yeah, I'm
comment.
going to work on Lisa Hammond. So Lisa, I'm going to wait till John kind of narrates, and then I'm going to help him out do that. And then we're going to work with you while he's finishing up.
Yeah, so we're doing the emotion code here. We didn't really get into the introductions. Let's do it real quick here.
Yeah.
There's a book written by Dr. Bradley Nelson. There's a chart. There's some few keys here. So I'll explain it as I go here. All right, so Karen's close in Vancouver. That's where I live as well. So let's hear. So it's tune in. So I'm setting the intention to tune into Karen wherever she is. We know she's in Vancouver, but she's not, in my room, in my house. She's
not in the office.
Somewhere else. Okay, got that set. So I'm acting as a proxy on her behalf, and I'm going to connect up to her, with intention. Connect up to her, connect up to Karen. Get a good connection here, proxy. So I'm muscle testing with my fingers here, get a good connection. So strong muscle is a yes. And when it kind of like slips, it's a no. Okay, got that, muscle testing. All right, so I'm gonna tune in, connect up Karen. She says she's 54. Proxy. Yeah, so the symptoms are migraines, cramps, not able to sleep, always hot, weight gain in the midsection. So, we got some few options to work with here. So the severity of all of this is at least a 5 or it's a 10. It's a 10. And what I like to do is when I'm working with women in menopause is ask about the connection of like the communication of our ovaries to the brain, because ultimately we think that's what's happening is there's a disconnection there. So then you go and find what's causing that disconnection, what's getting in the way, right, and clear it. You don't always need to know that. That's kind of like more beneficial for the practitioner, because is if you're in Karen's shoes, she's just like, just fix it, right? I'm like hot right now, I'm sweaty, just shut up and keep going, right? Okay.
Swipe the magnet
Okay. So, all right. So, Karen, percentage of communication ovaries to brain is at least 5%. Yeah. Is it 10? Is it at least 10%? Yeah. 20%. At least 20% No. So it's less than 20%. So there's no one picking up that phone, right? So. So as they're trapped emotion, we can identify and clear that's contributing to these symptoms, blocking that connection. Yeah. So, and then, that disconnection will create, hormone imbalance. And then, Okay. So start with the migraines, cramps. Yeah. The weight gains coming up, always hot. Yeah. Trapped emotion, we can identify and clear. Yeah. Column A, be even 2, 4, 6. First emotion is frustration. Okay, do we need to know more? No. Good. So clear frustration. So I got the magnet now. So once we found that little ball of energy, that little frustration, it comes to the surface. Take the magnet, delete it. And it's cleared. Frustration's cleared.
So, a reminder that Karen's subconscious mind knows everything. It's so brilliant. It remembered everything. It knows the reasons why for everything. That's the good news. All the data's there. The not so good news is how do we access it? And John can ask Karen's subconscious mind yes or no questions, go down a whole trail of questions and events to find these. And her subconscious mind, he's not guessing. Her subconscious mind saying, locking his fingers when he finds any kind of emotion. It's one thing to find it, but finding it doesn't get rid of what? It doesn't delete it.
No.
A magnet, because the magnet's stronger than the emotion and its intention. And we find them, delete. We find delete.
Exactly. I mean, it could be from any point in life. It doesn't have to be like, on the onset within the last 5 years. It could be from, in your teens, whatever it may be. So, what it is, when it is, not necessarily important. The important is, managing these symptoms, right? So, all right, good connection here, Karen. Proxy, yeah, another trapped emotion contributing to these symptoms. Yeah, creating a disconnection, ovary to brain. Yeah, there's a trapped emotion, column A. Yeah. 6, longing, need to know more. No, so clear longing, also clear to dread, terror, frustration while Michael was talking there. So Michael's already started as well. So good connection. Okay, severity of all this, still a 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I got a 6. So we're 4 emotions. I got 4 points on that. So another trapped emotion, creating this disconnection, overuse the brain, creating these symptoms, dry skin, weight gain, not able to sleep, cramps. Yeah, odd even. It's crying. Release crying. It's cleared. Yeah. Another trapped emotion. Fear. Release fear. Okay, it's cleared. Another trapped emotion. Love unreceived. Let's release that. Good connection. All right, so let's just test the severity now. Is it 654? It's a 4. I'm just going to do a little reboot ovaries to brain just to get this kick started here. So bringing awareness to that connection, reproductive system, ovaries, brain. Reset, reconnect, realign, reboot, left ovary, right ovary, energetically, physically to brain. Reset brain, communication brain to all areas of brain to reproductive system, ovaries. Okay, at least 50% connection. I got yes. At least 100, no. 90, 80. I got 80%, 54, 84%. Okay, good for me. Karen, might be interested, but ultimately it's kind of like, hey, how about these migraines? Right? So is there another trapped emotion? Yeah. Be odd. Even 1, 3. Defensiveness.
What each of the symptoms instead of bracketing them, because they all have different emotions. So
Right.
we'd love to be able to say, all those problems I'm having, can you just give me the emotion? So it's very symptom specific, and that's why he's clearing them each up that way.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of symptoms here, right? So it's, in a demonstration, probably not going to get to all of it. In fact, we're not going to. It can, we clear what you can, and then, give it some time. Body can go in and heal and go in.
Why don't I have a chat with Lisa, and then you don't have to narrate, and you can probably do more.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so again, today, John and I, we have the ability to ask your subconscious mind questions because it knows everything. What does it know? Everything. It also knows the exact reasons why you're having the problem. But you know what the challenge is? The exact question that gets the exact answer, that finds the trapped emotion that can be deleted. So John and I like to use ranges. Before the session, what was the severity? And then we measure. So we know that we're not done yet when we test it and said, well, the problem was, now, for example, I worked with Lisa. She gave me 4 things. I worked on 3. She said hot flashes, memory challenges, and disturbed sleep. Well, they're all very different. In the food world, it's like pizza, carrots, and wedding cake. Like there's no, but you could have a carrot cake, wedding cake. But anyway, my point is they're different. So before my session with Lisa, I found the range. What is the severity of my hot flashes? From 1 to 10, it was a 7. Her memory challenges were 3. They weren't 7. You see how they're all different now?
Yeah.
So her memory challenges was a 3, and her disturbed sleep was a 9. Now, the first thing that I did, are there any common denominator trapped emotions with all 3? Guess what? There was 2. Now, I might have said myself having to delete them, but those 2, boom. Then I went to each one. I had 90 emotions on this chart, 60 on this one, and I identified all the trapped emotion. Well, first I asked this question. The 7 out of 10 with my hot flashes, is it 100% emotion related? And it's like getting the green light. Because when it says yes, it's like, okay, I'm in, I can fix it. If it says no, it's like, well, is it 90 or not? Well, it's 90% emotion. Well, that's better than no, but so anyway, I got hot flashes down to a 0, memory challenges down to a 0, and disturbed sleep. I had to peck at that a little bit more, but I got it down to a 0 as well. And like always, if you're working with us, it's always nice to have a little space in between and then a follow-up, an email, this is what's happening, and we could carry it over to the next session.
Right.
So again, today she had given me 4 things. The first one was weight gain. That's a different category, and I wanted to get her good results because here's my goal. Say it when you see it.
0.
So I don't want to take on too much and not get to 0. So I set myself up for success. I did the ones that I'm pretty sure I can get to 0. Lisa, all next week, I'm doing my live emotion coach show at 11 a.m. I'm ending it next week, but I'm doing it next week. You can come back and give me an update. And if they're not 0, I will find out and make it 0. But my hunch is tonight, today, right now, you should start to feel some changes, as with Karen, who John's working with.
Absolutely. Yeah, nice. So I muscle tested the severity, basically just all encompassing was a 10 out of 10. And I got everything down to a 3. So there's 6 different things here for Karen. So migraines, cramps, sleep, hot, weight gain, skin dryer. So that's quite a bit, right? So I tested that's all down to 3, and there's no more trapped emotions creating these symptoms right now. So it means that there's either something in the body code, or we just need some time to give it a break, let your body kick in,
A longer session, really.
Go back. Yeah.
And ideally, if we're working with you, we can ask you better questions like, well, tell me about the sleeping. Is it getting to sleep? So listen, if you are planning to go somewhere to get some rubs and lotions and potions and this tea and that tea and all that stuff, just stay home. Stay home and book a bro, because you don't have to leave your house. It's like a walk-in clinic where you don't got to walk anywhere. Hello? Could it be tonight, tomorrow night, this week, you could be sleeping like they do in the commercials without the medicine or the lotions or the potions or the rubs. Okay, here's what we'd like to do. We'd like to hear from some people. We're wrapping up for today. Tell us what you learned today that might have been new for you, or something that you heard that made sense. What did you see today that you might see yourself doing in the future? What made sense? I don't know. What got you excited? Let us know. We're watching live right now. And again, John and I, while we're waiting for some comments, I'm just going to do a quick little show and tell again. And tomorrow on this Facebook page, oh, by the way, this is the 3rd summit, summit number 3. The last summit we did was about, for your abundance of money. The replay of all of these is on this Facebook page. And we're going to record this one, obviously, through Facebook. It is tomorrow, 10 a.m. It's free. It's on this Facebook page. You don't need to sign up or give us blood work or anything. You just need to show up and watch it. It's free. It's free and easy, in and out. And I'm going to stop sharing that. But I do want to bring your attention one more time. If you're a practitioner and you're spending way too much time talking about and researching and digging and digging and digging, how much I know that I know that it takes a lot of time to find emotions. Deleting one is the fastest. What if you could find them pretty much as fast as you can delete them? I can help you with that. Check out my course, 100 times faster. It's removetrapped-emotions.com/faster. And if you want to ask me any questions, hit me up in my DM.
Yeah.
Is that how they say that?
I think so. Sure.
Yeah, I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, John and I both have a list of things that we can help you with, because for today, for example, those 4 or 5 items, that's going to fill up a session. We would ask you more questions, get it, pick and get it completely removed, so you can consider doing that. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty easy. You can be anywhere in the world. It's done by video or phone. And you can go to our calendar and select your time that's available to you. And it's pretty easy.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, John, we are on tomorrow with our 3rd and final full day summit. Starts at 10 a.m., runs for 5 hours, 5 practitioners giving emotional coach sessions are different. John's going to help people like water tomorrow. Yeah, he is. Okay, John, thanks. Thanks for hanging out today. Shout out to our podcast listeners, and we will see you next Saturday here on the Emotion Code Bros Show.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.